Our fourth speaker was Mr. Tim Kendrick, and that was evaluated by Dina and Kathy.
Alrighty. Once I understood what was going on, I got the flow a little bit more for you. You, from what I understand, are rebranding yourself, correct? So that's what we were doing. So that made it better for me to give you a better evaluation. Alrighty? I thought you had so much energy. You are very energetic. You were very entertaining. You had a good sense of humor. Your voice projected very well. You had some props, the candy, some of the brochures, the little cards that you handed out, which you had somebody else hand out, which is great because it's really hard to hand stuff out when you're speaking because it distracts from what you're speaking about. So that was good that you had somebody else hand them out. I love your little bee. I love that you used the bee throughout your presentation, so that was branding you as the bee. One of the things that I would suggest at the beginning is, given your qualifications, because I had no idea that you already had any experience in it, why were you changing the way you were doing it? You know, you might want to tell a story that you were in it for that year, many years. You are changing the branding and why you're doing that. Or once you change the branding, you don't need to do that anymore, but you should have why would we want to use you. And then the other thing that I thought was you could expand on was the $4.95. That's a very interesting concept, that if we all paid $4.95, we could go, you'd have a source of income continually, and hopefully we would have somebody to help us for little problems instead of just going on the internet and doing a search. So if you might want to spend a little bit more time about that $4.95. And then one other suggestion was to have a call to action at the end. And what would that call to action be? Either what your website is, to go to the website, if you want to sign up for the $4.95, whatever that call to action would be, so that you would point us into the right direction to go next.
Tim, that was a fun presentation from you with the bees and the whole idea about the busy bee and all that. It's a nice hook, I think. I'm going to tell you a little bit of what I found, and you can take it or leave it. I know you're in the middle of changing, so I don't know where you are with that. First of all, okay. So first of all, one of the things you did was you gave out a little candy pack. And, you know, I'm an intuition consultant, so I'm going to give you a suggestion. You might try those little honey sticks. Have you ever seen those? It'll be really very much in line with the bee. And it's a healthy thing.
Right.
And if you have a really good customer that you want to thank, give a jar of real local honey, because it's expensive and it's a good quality thing to eat as a sweetener. Now, do you really dress like a bee at the door?
That's for the commercial.
For the commercial, okay, so that'll be funny. Just had a question in mind about that. And then you said $4.95 a month, and I'm wondering if you're charging like he does, you know, top dollar, $4.95 or $4.95. So just be clear, because some people, believe it or not, will.
I like $4.95.
And you might have a clientele that will pay that in Beverly Hills or something.
Yes.
That's
all I'll charge Wes.
So I know I don't have a lot of time. Look for happy clients. So I was going to say that when you went into the fact that you look for happy clients, I wouldn't even go there, because you know, you hope you make them happy by the end, but they may not be happy at the beginning, right? Got candy doesn't quite go along with your theme, so I'd like you to pull that into the bee theme.
Oh yeah, that was just bad.
And then honeydew on your card, I see he's going to change his card, but he has honeydew, D-E-W. And when I think honeydew, it's D-O, you know, the honeydew list. I want you to end with a tagline if you can. Something that I walk away and I have this jingle about this bee thing, and I know you are the go-to person whenever I have any issues with my home. But all in all, I think it's fun. We can chat later, and I think you have a good start here where it can be a fun handyman service.